Alright, we're coming back at you again with another figure unboxing. We had something come in Thursday, and the box was damaged. And of course I had a big weekend. Man, I've been partying it up, man. I'm a little beat today. It's a Sunday. We're going to try to get through this with a hangover and all that, you know what I'm saying. But let's check out this box. Now, I've already kind of opened it, but as you can see, man, she took a hell of a hit. And this is from Solaris, Japan. So let's, I figured I wanted to show you all just, you know, how it was packaged. Which I think, you know, look at this, really good. They packaged it up like, so that's pretty good. I'm digging that. Solaris, Japan. It does appear that nothing has damaged the box, so, you know, well packaged. That helps. Now, I myself, kind of slightly changed the subject. I've been getting into that Genshin Impact game. Anybody playing that game? That's a pretty cool game. I'm a little late. Bam! Hit it with a buck. Yeah, I'm a little late to that. A lot of people already been playing it for a while, but I just started kind of getting in it. You know, a co-worker got me into it, so been having a lot of fun with it. And here we go. Bam! Look at that. This is the Aqua Bomber Girl. Now, she also is a game character. Top of that box, and of course the bottom. And we're going to go ahead and open this. Now this is was this a pre-owned figure? This might be a pre-owned. But as far as pre-owns, I only buy generally A minus, something like that. I tend not to buy any of the other things. I just don't feel like taking a chance. You know, you're spending all that money for shipping and all that to get it over there, you know, over here rather, excuse me, to America, you know. So, I don't want nothing even slightly damaged. Alright, got some instructions. Let's pull out the spinny. Bam! Put the spinny there. Is it taped? Yeah, they taped that too. Alright, so we got the tape on it. As you can see, let me see. Yeah. She comes with a couple different bodies. So, got the first, you got your little base. Let's go ahead and set this off to the side just for a second. We'll go ahead and take a measurement of that base since we got it. The base is 4 1/4, but you know your spike end to spike end is 5 inches. So the circular is 4 1/4, and if you were to measure from spike to spike, they protrude out 5, making it a total of 5. So depending on how you rotate it. Clear blue with gold trim. So we got like a little, got metal pegs. That's nice, and kind of a built-in little riser there, as opposed to one that would be separately packaged and you got to put it on. So let's pull her out. I'm gonna guess that's probably the next thing we want to do. Okay, wait a minute. We got the cape. Okay. Whoa! We ain't off to a good start, are we? Wow, that fits very loosely. What you can do there, that probably won't matter because the weight will be sitting on it, but you put a little bit of blue painter's tape, like maybe one wrap, if that, and that would solve any issues there. Alright, let's pull that off and see her. Yeah, because this other leg comes off as well. Other leg comes off as well, and it comes off rather easily. This one, almost too easy. But like I said, I don't know that that's going to be a problem because the weight, is going to be sitting on it. So I don't think that that's going to be a huge issue. Alright, so what the hell's the instructions say? Even though I can't read Japanese. We'll look at the pictures. See what the pictures say. Let's see what kind of story the pictures say. Oh, hell. See all kinds of stuff here. Alright, now we've had a chance to pull everything out. I've looked at the instructions, and they are two size bars. You have a tall bar and a short bar. I believe this is J bar and this is I bar. Okay, the I bar is for our little baddie guy. So let's go ahead and get him together. Alright. It slides in there rather nicely. And then there's a little hole. And yeah. Yeah, I guess that's good right there. Bam! Little baddie guy. Now, the J bar will peg into this one diamond over here, and then basically that holds up the cape right in between here, these two spots in the center. I don't know if you're going to see it. There's a little deal right there. Now it doesn't really sit up in there that well, so I don't know if it just kind of sits there or what the deal is. So that's what holds the cape up. Other than that, there's really nothing holding the cape up. So as far as what I can see so far, this looks like to be a really nice figure as far as paint. She does have little missing parts, but that's the way it's supposed to look. There are some little white spots on the back of her bikini on the front, like it's kind of torn. She's got little tears there, so that's supposed to be there. The tail, you take off the leg. The tail is supposed to come up under. In other words, her leg's supposed to go through this use her as an example. Anyway, you got an extra body. Let me look at that real quick. That's the other body. Oh, I'm sorry. Show that. There's your extra body. Two extra hands. Actually, I'll throw the damn hands on there. Or actually arms, I should say. Okay. That's the extra of that. Let's see how this thing pegs into her here without all this stuff, so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Oh my God. So many small pieces. Okay, well that goes in there easily like that. Okay. Now let's put our legs on. Okay. Okay, now this is supposed to, once you get it in there, then you, pull that over top, and you put her leg on. Oh, get in there. And there you go. And then she fits on the base like such. Alright, god dang it. Oh, it's on her heel. It's in her heel area. I'll tell you, man, that leg coming off so easy is a pain in the ass. Alright, this needs blue tape. We're going to stop. We're going to blue tape this thing. That's coming off too easy. I mean, it's nice that it comes off easy, but that's too easy. So let me stop this. Okay, now there it is on there. Took a little bit of messing with, modifying slightly. But it's fiddly. It, you know, with any real thumping around, it's not going to set proper, as you can see. That's just mine. I can't say that that's going to be all of them, but I think what it was, the hole wasn't big enough. And I didn't have quite the proper drill bit size for it, so. Alright, let's have a measurement of this figure. And I'm going to go 10 1/4 to the tips of these little spikes in her hair. Yeah, I would say she does stick out with that hair. I would say you're going to want easily 6 1/4 inches. Well, really more than that, because you got our little baddie guy. By the time you throw the bat dude in there, you know, man, you're almost out 9 inches. Look at me shaking. And 8 1/4, 9 inches. I'll have to do some extra finagling if I want to display it with this cape, which I prefer it like that, but it may get displayed without it. So that'd be my knock on my particular figure, along with the legs. Small little knock, because like I said, with the blue tape you can fix that. And I can make some adjustments to fix this cape piece as well. So there's my 2 knocks. Other than that, it's a really cool figure. So I'm not really saying I'm sorry that I bought it, but a little bit of a disappointment with that. This cape here is probably the disappointing thing here, but that can be fixed. You know, it's just going to take a little something on my part to get it done. So, you know, anybody who's not inclined to want to do that, you know, but then again, you can always display it without the cape, and it looks good both ways. Now, I will say I prefer this expression to the other one. And as far as the paint work and the gradients of blue in her hair and all that, looks good. Love the expression. Definitely love the pose. That is probably in part why I really like this figure and decided to buy this, even though it's, you know, it's kind of lolly looking, which is something I don't generally go for, but I had to make an exception for this one, and some of these, you know, was that Grim Aloe was another Bomber Girl that I really like, and of course make an exception for her as well. But yeah, she is really neat. We'll put her on the 360 under some better lighting and see what it all looks like. Alright, let's get into this 360 spin of Aqua. We're going to have the little baddie guy on for just the 360, the initial 360 spin. Let me tilt a little bit. and then I'll take him off. We can have a better look at Aqua herself. I do have the cape on, a little janky there. It's not as good as it probably could be. But that's the best I could get it. Okay, and now, as always, let's go in for that portrait. Alright, I think that's about as close as we are going to get with the portrait to avoid any kind of focusing issues with the camera. Matter of fact, I might just bump it back just a little bit. Alright, let's bring in the baddie guy just to give you a close-up of that portrait. What he looks like. We'll spin him around. And probably all you see of the baddie guy. Okay. I really love the eyes. Really cool looking. I love this expression with her tongue sticking out, her hand gestures, if you will, the way her fingers are. Just to me, this is the look. And I do appreciate the different gradients from the light to the dark in the hair. There's some nice hair, separation here. I do like these darker blue flower, I don't know what the hell they are poking out. I don't know what this is, like feathers maybe. And it's really cool, the bright gold crown. It's very reflective, the type of paint that's used. I appreciate the detail put into the mouth as far as the tongue, showing her little fangs. She does have some little eyeshadow up here. Her eyebrows are blue. So they definitely took a little bit of time, doing this portrait, which looks really good. Let's back up just a little bit. Now she got these two pigtails, and definitely a lot of shadows and highlights. Different, even though they're big clumps of coils, if you will, they still look really good. Yeah, this is going to take a little bit of editing, I think. Yeah, and then of course you got the little tips here. Nice line there. Highlights in darker blues. Even though, like I said, they're two clumps, they're curled up, which is kind of nice. Kind of giving it some interesting effect going on, and of course with all the highlights in the darker values and stuff in the hair, this really looks cool. And even though it's all blue, to me it looks good, man. I know it being all blue probably throws some people off. Now let's look at her midsection, torso area. I do like the little outfit, little bikini she's wearing, a little lolly. Again, not my thing, but she's got like little missing spots in here, like her outfit's been torn. There's one down here. Let's see if you can kind of see it. Yeah, like right here. Kind of a light pale skin tone, but definitely got some values in it. I want to point out a few things. I like the skin fold, if you will, here up through the armpits. You can see up here in the shoulder blades. Some nice things going on there with the anatomy. You know, I tried to do a good job with the sculpt. You can definitely see some, you know, as the line comes down here to the center of the belly button, definitely sculpting the abdomen there. I like the little tattoo there, which is something you also see on the box art, the little heart with the bat wings and little horns. Yeah, looks good. The cape looks really nice. I like that. Like the folds in it. Love how it goes from this baby blue and out to the tips near white. Not quite white, but pretty close. And I'd really like to display it like this, but it's going to require a little bit for me to kind of fix it. And that's mine. I don't know that that's going to be with all of them. And the back looks really good. Love the folds here. Definitely got some darker values, shaded values, creases and such. I will say, looking from back here, and not that you're going to see it from me, that's not how you're going to be looking at it, but yeah, you do kind of lose the ends of the curls a little bit to the deep blue of the cape. Not an issue, because that's not, you know, that's not your point of focal. You're not going to be looking at that anyway. So spin that back around, and let's talk about the tail and all that. All right, now that we have the cape gone, so we talking about the body, let's look at that. What, you know, if you were to display it this way, let's go back up here and notice the shoulder blades through here, little dimples back here. You know, got little cheek action there. You got the little missing parts in the bikini, you know, tear pieces, the little tail that comes out. Now let's look at that. It's really nice. Gold and two types of blues. The lighter blue for the gemstone, and of course those horn hooks that are coming out. And even the tail itself, if you look at it, I don't know if it's picking up on camera, it's got gradients as well. Like it's a little lighter here and it kind of goes dark, and then a little darker here. So even the tail itself. And let's work our way down the legs and the feet and that base. Okay, nice legs, did well on that. Knees, yeah, as you can see, there's some shaded values. There are shaded values throughout the sculpt. Down through here on the ankles, you can see some shaded values there as well. Shoot up through here into the pelvic region. And spin her on around. Back of the knees, well defined. Shaded values. Yeah, this thing really looks really good. She's wearing little slippers, rather, sandals. And the toes and all look good. They are painted. And I guess I forgot to mention her fingernails are painted as well, blue. Nice little, I don't know, gems of some sort, maybe a pearl or something perhaps. The base looks really neat, as I mentioned before. This is really cool. Now let me do a quick 360 spin of her like this. We'll put the baddie guy back up there. Alright, so here she is without the cape. I'll do a quick spin like this. And this really shows this pose that I think is really, this pose to me is one of the high points of this figure and why I bought it. It's just got such a sassy look. The hand gestures, the face gesture, the body positioning, it just the pose, to me this looks really good. And I may display it like this without the cape. Although I do like the cape, you have to really think about it, because this really, with her without the cape, really you can see that pose much better. So with that, we'll take a look at the other variant that you can have. Okay, here we go with the second version that you can do with her. And I'll be honest with you, it looks better than I imagine it would seeing the photographs. Seeing it here in person, this particular expression and her arms stick out as they are actually looks pretty good. I actually do like it. I don't know that this will be the way I leave it. I still like the more sassier way that I had it originally, but it does look good this way. I'm not gonna lie, it still does look good. Okay, now let's do a quick spin this way. Do another quick spin, because she is able to be looked at 4 different ways. 2 different arm and face sculpts, with or without the cape. So you have 4 options with this figure, which is really cool. Alright, and we're going to go in for the portrait. Okay, I think that's as best as we're going to get. Alright, again, really like her eyes. They do appear a bit more amber on this one as opposed to the more reddish orange on the first one. Still has the same little bit of like pink mauve colored eyeshadow. You can just barely see the tips of her teeth, slightly open mouth. Again, I know I didn't mention it, but I'm going to mention it here. You can kind of see the tips of her ears are kind of pinky flesh toned. They've put some accents on that. She is wearing earrings, but you really can't tell with the swoops of hair coming in here. Yeah, that is about all I can say. Again, like these little bits of hair coming off. Her arms now, let's back up. Are now out, like as you see them. Let me back it up more. This thing's just not going to cooperate with me. Okay, fingers look good. Hands and palms. The creases here up in the forearm here look good, where the elbows are. So yeah, this is really good sculpt. The hands really look good on both. Nails painted. Although, oddly enough, am I looking at that right before okay, maybe it's just the angle. Yeah, I thought for a minute her thumb wasn't painted, but it is. Let's see if I can kind of show you this hand. So yeah, it looks good. It's definitely a nice figure. Okay, here we go. Final spin, final thoughts. This is a really cool figure. I guess you could call it one of my grails if you want to use that term, but definitely something that was high on my list. Been wanting it since the first time I seen it for pre-order, and I never did. And unfortunately, I should have done it then, and I would have got it for a better price. Now I want to make a quick note. Damn it, I keep hitting my camera. Anyway, there's your line there. So if you were to swap out, obviously you want to remove the arms. Remove for the base, I guess. Remove it from a base, remove the arms. This front hair piece comes forward, that back, and of course the legs and all that pop off like that, and then you replace her arms after you get her big old hairdo back in one. So with that, I would say that the other torso section gripped tighter than this one, and that's not a big deal that happened with mine. I showed you with the blue tape how you resolve it real easy, so I don't really trip too hard on that. So that worked out really well. As far as the cape, a little bit of why it's sloppy had more to do with me and less to do with the figure manufacturer. I wish that the opening was large enough to facilitate putting that pole in, and that was the problem. So then when I tried to open it up, my bit was just a shade too big to the post, and now it's kind of sloppy. So that's something I have to personally deal with on mine. You may not have that issue with, if you were to buy one. Anyway, enough about that. On to the figure. Definitely back with the sassy look, the pose, the attitude. It's all here with this pose, this expression. This is the one I really like, and highly recommend this. I know she's coming out with another one. I do believe, and still in my opinion, this is the one. I think this one still looks better than the other one. Not that the other one's going to look bad, but for the pose and that sassy attitude and all that, this is the Aqua. And I still may get the other one. I still like the other one, but so glad I got this one. Great addition to my collection, and maybe you too, if you're like the Bomber Girl stuff. This is definitely one to have in your collection, in my opinion. It's almost a must. Definitely awesome statue, or figure rather, sorry. Well, there you have your 360 spin. That'll put a wrap on our video of this 1/6 scale figure by Wing. This is Aqua from the Bomber Girl series. If you like what you saw, hey man, smash that like button. Perhaps you might want to subscribe. And we will catch you on the next one. Later.